Hey, what it do? What the business is?
It's another week in the books. It's the OndeckTV podcast. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown if you're looking for me on social media.
I am Spike Lou on those same social media sites. Holla at your boy.
Producer Mxtra, what's goody?
Yes, indeed. It's your boy Mxtra Cabbage in the building. Mxtra 3 on all things social media. That is Mxtra 3 on all things social media.
What you got, before we get started, what's your least favorite social media site nowadays?
It's a Snapchat.
Definitely.
That's counting?
Or MySpace. What you want me to say?
MySpace.
Black Planet?
Facebook is my least.
Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are the top
Facebook.
three.
Facebook's my least.
Your least favorite? Which was?
Yeah, Facebook.
Mine's IG.
Shout out to Rapchat, though.
Yeah.
Rapchat, dope. I got to go IG. All right, that's all.
You ain't following the right people.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. That's surprising.
Yeah.
2019.
I'm washed out here, man.
Well,
I put you on some things.
I ain't.
Facts.
I ain't on my search and explore page quite like you guys.
Shout out to the DMs.
Absolutely. What you have on deck for the weekend?
My weekend was slow motion. I didn't do a lot. I started watching a couple series over. Details soon come.
Okay.
But what'd you have up?
I went to the movies, shockingly.
Oh, wow.
I know. I never go to the movies. I know it's crazy. I saw Shaft. It was funny as fuck.
Is that a pause? I saw Shaft.
Nah, that's a reach is what that is.
I'm calling you Mr. Fantastic over there.
I am.
That movie was funny as fuck. Samuel L. Jackson doing Samuel L. Jackson shit. It was almost like they wanted no script. They just told him to just be Samuel L.
Come in and be
Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
And he shook it.
I can see that.
I was shocked. And I also saw that Child's Play. That was fire.
Really?
I
It was
couldn't
good?
believe it. It was no cap. It was good.
Give people the context
Man
that you
said
have
no
not
cap.
seen the original.
I have not seen the original 3.
Oh, my
Hold
goodness.
on. I've seen the ones from the late 90s, and those were slaw.
No,
So
but the original.
I haven't seen the original, but I know the story, though.
No, you
I
still
just
have to
give
see the
people
original.
Context.
Yeah, no, just
The
give people
original
context.
fire.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But what I'm saying is, if I told you the synopsis of the original today, it would sound crazy today, though. You'd be like, and then if I told you the synopsis of this, the new joint, you'll be like, okay, that makes more sense.
Is it more relatable to the times?
Yes, it's more.
Probably on some technology shit.
Yeah, it's a smart doll.
Yeah, I can see that.
As opposed to a white guy giving voodoo to a
but
doll.
that-
Come on,
that-
get the fuck out of
They
here.
took that story and ran with it like 1,000 times. Annabelle just came out. It's the same thing as Chucky. So
And first of all, the white guy giving voodoo to anything is cultural appropriation.
Man,
That's
tell me
number one.
about it. Man.
So
Tell me about it.
you look back. When you look back at it
he
like
was
that,
Creole, actually. I'm just joking.
I was about to say, I don't
Joke.
think he was.
but no, that Chucky was surprisingly dope. Though that's a good like date night. Real talk.
What kind of hat is it? That's a nice hat, man. It's probably the best hat.
Colorado Rockies spring training.
It's a nice hat.
What you got on deck? Make sure what you do.
Well, you about to say that was probably the
I
nicest
ain't never
hat.
seen the hat. That's probably the nicest hat he had on.
Fuck.
It's a dope hat. I got up my homeboy. Shout out to my homeboy Fig. He came down here from Newark, New Jerusalem, or Jersey City, excuse me. We hung out with my brother. Shout out to the twin.
For sure.
And we hung out, just kicked it. That was about it.
You showing him these ATL streets?
He's from Atlanta.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, he's from.
he's
he's
showing
from
you
Decatur.
then.
Where'd y'all go? Anywhere specific? People love to hear the Mxtra's list of activities.
We went to Boxcar in the West End. Shout out to Boxcar in the West End.
Boxcar. What's
then
that?
It's a bar restaurant. So it's just new in the West End, fairly new.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
West End gets kind of scary. Is it the gentrified part of it, or
Easy for you to say.
right?
I mean, West End is going through transition. Yes. Like I said, these are fairly new.
Going through
There's
transition.
nothing scary about it.
Shit, you on the wrong West End.
No,
Must be
not-
two sides. like Shorty Low said.
No, I mean,
done
like I
rolled
said, the
through there in
area.
broad daylight and been like, shit. Let me reach up under the seat.
Yeah, the area
What's going on?
where it is, all of it's going through transition. So some spots, it is what
Some
it is.
spots a little bit more Atlanta than old Atlanta.
It's just so mixed.
It's hard. It's hard to
tell.
get you to say something bad about it.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
not gonna be anything bad about it. Shout out to the West End.
All right, man. Let's get to this hip hop shit, man. First and foremost, the 19th annual BET Awards went down this past week, hosted by Regina Hall. The event featured performances by Migos, Cardi B, DaBaby, and more. Nipsey was given the Humanitarian Award, and Mary J was given the Lifetime Achievement Award. Now, looking at the list of the winners, who stands out to you, man? Did they get it right? What's popping off on this list? We got it here in front of us.
I think it was pretty status quo as far as the winners, what we've been seeing. throughout the year from the rest of the award shows. Cardi B had a big year, album of the year I see here.
Female hip hop artist of the year too.
Right, best collab, Sicko Mode, Migos, best group. I think it was pretty much status quo to what we've seen, and I'm not sure of their timetable for this award show, but I think that BET has the opportunity to kind of start in a new direction for the year or the quarter, and I think they should take more advantage of that more than recognizing last year's And like I say, I don't know how their calendar falls is when they're electing these people, so I really can't say, well, Sicko Mode shouldn't be on here. There was a year ago because I don't know how that falls. But I just feel like there could have been something to give some newness to it. But then again, I didn't.
I'm pretty sure it's June to June. I'm going to assume
like a fiscal kind of year.
Yeah. One thing on here. First of all, best female R&B / pop went to Beyonce. Like, come on.
That's a given, right?
Well, what did she put out last year?
It's Beyonce.
That's petty, man.
Come on, I don't know
Give
about
somebody else a chance. They had Tiana Taylor, SZA, her, LMA, all of them put out projects.
Definitely should have been her or LMA.
You see what I'm saying? What else? I think, like you said, best group was on point. That's clearly Migos. Best male hip hop artist was Nipsey. I could respect that. I thought the album of the year. I think they kind of. I'm trying to think what that was. It should have went to. It went to Cardi B. Invasion of Privacy.
Yeah.
I thought that should have went to Travis Scott. What do you think? Now
the Grammys gave Cardi album of the year too, right?
They sure did.
Yeah. So
And she's
rigged.
I think we're saying the same thing with the Beyonce before we move away from it. BET stays in this box, so that's why you have Beyonce with the female. I think they don't like to be unpredictable, even though the show is live and it can get ratchet at moments. They still pretty much stick to the script.
Yeah.
So I would like to see, if I was gonna watch it, more stuff out of the box, like the blue carpet that didn't go well.
Yeah, and I'm leading to that. I thought the actual award show was actually pretty straight. I thought the anything when it comes to this entertainment shit, whether it's movies, whether it's an album, whether it's a podcast or an award show, you're just looking for moments.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you get a handful of moments that make the hour or two that you done spent watching this worth it. So I think you had moments with the Mary J performance. I thought that shit was dope.
Super dope.
I thought the Nipsey tribute, I thought that was good too. I thought there was a couple of performances. My boy, the baby, he shook it. He did his thing. There was enough. Regina Hall was funny enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was enough.
And fine.
And fine, apparently. But there's enough to keep your interest for this entire show, and that's all you're looking for. They did try to do a tribute to Nipsey with the blue carpet, which was good in theory, but if you look at the photos, dark skin, so light radiates from the blue carpet up until the skin, and it doesn't look the same, and someone probably should have caught that.
Y'all niggas ain't never satisfied.
That's a fact, though. If you look at just
that's
take
why
a look
carpets
at the
are
pictures.
red.
Yeah, if you look at the pictures, the colors play a big role in how photos come out, especially in daylight. So,
and people complaining about it too.
Yeah, they are. But it was good in theory.
People complain about everything.
People definitely complain about everything. Let's be clear about that. But it was good in theory, and I like the thought that counts. It was a good gesture. I thought it was overall actually a pretty entertaining award show. It went on too long, though. I fell asleep at the end.
Yeah, shout out to Lizzo. She had probably the second best performance, if not the best, after Mary J. Blige. She killed it.
I was surprised that she performed on the main stage, though, because
Apparently
Megan Thee Stallion opened. She did the pre-game stage, and I was like,
"That's about right, though."
Lizzo doing the main stage.
Well,
and
Lizzo got a big pop.
She has a
record.
huge
sure.
fan base.
Pop record too.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
She's,
That's
she's a bigger draw on the main stage than Meg is right now.
I still don't know
Meg
about that.
a big
though.
draw, but she's more hip hop based oriented. She ain't gonna give you this big a draw as the other chick.
And she may not have put
Hip-hop
on
is the biggest genre.
I tell you, I didn't even look at it, but I seen this chick's name and went to my Tidal app to go find the song.
What
and
chick?
whatnot.
The Lizzo.
The one that y'all was just talking about.
Yeah.
So I could see her doing that. And about the blue carpet, it's not a we're not nitpicking per se. At least I'm not. But I like to see the whole black excellence thing. I wish they would let like Diddy produce something, because I know he's gonna be hard on them and get a better finished product. I'm not knocking BET for the ideas, but just like we were talking about with Tales last week, and here with the blue carpet, what we're talking about here, I just want it to be done better. Like, it's a representation of all of us as far as black people, how people like to say it or look at it that way as far as the award shows. I just want it to be done better. I want better producers. I don't want the blue carpet situation where people complain about their pictures. I want it to be better. And it was good, and I ain't shitting on it or anything this year, but I don't want to have to complain
because it comes off as bootleg.
Exactly. It has moments when you're like, man, what what is this?
Yeah, that's the only knock. And then, of course, we're critical. We're extra critical of our own shit.
And it's going to be us.
Because we're critical of how we're presented.
Right.
Let's be honest. So we're going to be looking at it with the fine-tooth comb, picking through it.
As we should be, though.
No, that's fair.
Like the when you go to the Grammys, there's a certain expectation that you like people put their suits on.
And if they fuck up, we're going to be looking, people going to be looking like, what the fuck?
So I want BET Awards to be the same thing. So
yeah.
That's why I hold them to that standard when I say that.
BET, hit us up. We'll do that 20th anniversary joint. Next year going to be the 20th one. That's crazy.
That should be big.
Does it feel? Is it 20? That's about right though. It's been going for 20 years.
They need to do it somewhere other than L.A.
Yeah.
What do you think, Miami?
Somewhere other than L.A.
Didn't they do Miami?
New York, Miami.
I feel like New York or Atlanta would be big.
Or Atlanta.
New York or Atlanta. That'll
shake.
Big. The change of scenery. But they had the hip hop awards.
Yeah, they always have the hip hop awards here. So
now they mixed it up. They went to Miami last year though.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's why I wasn't as popping.
Exactly. Oh shit. I just
course.
co-signed Atlanta.
Of course.
Yeah, of course you did.
Just too quick.
Fuck. Moving on. TMZ. The Game. Yo boy. He's been on a promo run lately. For
his name is TMZ now?
No, it might as well be.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He has been on a promo run lately for his upcoming album, Born to Rap. But it was what he was asked on TMZ that has people talking. Now, when asked what would reparations mean in 2019, the LAMC answered, and I quote, "We need 30 acres and a Lambo." My question to you is it mandatory for musicians to be politically aware in today's climate to sell music?
I think it is mandatory if you want to sell music and to be a high-level act. I'm going to separate the two. Okay. If you want to just sell music, you can put out frivolous stuff, and you can go and you can put your music out and you get your streams and not really have an impact. I would reference someone like Killer Mike. I think when Killer Mike started being more political, I don't think that he got better at rapping. I think that he was more political, he was more visual, and then Run the Jewels took off, and those two kind of coincided. In addition to Killer Mike, I would say Bun B. I would say Talib Kweli once he was on, like he had been bubbling, but he's now more mainstream once he was on CNN and had that whole thing with whatever the dude name is, Rhapsody. She's a little bit bigger since she was on CNN. And even Kanye with the Donald Trump thing. I think, and Cardi, when she was going back and forth talking about the wall, I think that it's important for artists if they want to make the transition now to be headliners, to be a Kanye West, to be a Cardi B, to be someone who TMZ even interviews, you have to be politically inclined. You can't say, I don't know, I ain't got nothing to do with me, I'm just here to make money and get my bag. You can say that, and your smaller fan base that you already have will ride with you, and you can go on and do your thing. But if you have any ascent, if you want to ascend to the next level, you're gonna have to be politically inclined and be aware of things and have a somewhat good answer when people ask you these things. That's how you get to the next level, and that's how, I feel like that's, especially in 2019, that's how you see Killer Mike's. That's how you see even more of Cardi B. That's how you see Bun B being spoken and talked about in different levels, and even with Kanye West, like I said.
Yeah. Nobody likes a dumbass. So when a camera is thrown in front of somebody's face and they're asked a question that requires some type of intelligence, people like to see, especially in our culture, people that look like us giving an intelligent answer. Yeah. We've had the buffoonery going on we've got 1,000 examples of that. We're tired of looking at that. And I'm not even necessarily saying that his answer was on some cornball shit.
But it fits his brand.
Yeah, no, it was. I'm not even saying
brand.
that about the game. I just think it's more impressive when someone gives a thought-provoking, smart answer. Like it's better for your brand. It makes you want to check for whatever else they have coming on. Not even necessarily a record, but just anything. Just like
their TV show on Netflix.
That's
Killer Mike.
That's what I'm saying. Killer Mike being able to present himself in a way got him a show on Netflix, which is thought-provoking television, which could trigger the next fill in the blank to do some great good shit. So that's what I think it's deeper than just this little TMZ comment. It makes you want to invest more into who the person is and actually care about what they're saying. But again, I'm not necessarily mad at this game, man. So he was kind of half-heartedly just fucking with the TMZ.
I ain't shitting on his answers at all. I feel like for him to even muster up a response and say 40 acres in a Lambo or whatever it may be. Like,
it was clearly a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Right, yeah,
you can put that in a
obviously.
rap. You can put that in your rap, and that's cool, and people will like it. And I actually like him saying that as opposed to I don't know, no comment. Like I agree with what you said. I agree with what you said, and saying like once you start talking about things that are going on outside of your world and people realize that you are a real person, then they're going to engage more. They're going to want to know. They're going to want to see you on your reality show. Then they're going to go to your IG Live and all of this stuff. But if you're just talking music and you're just staying in your lane,
like Future,
you have to be great. And Future's great.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Like that, he is one of the few people
do
that has the luxury of being able to do that. Future is like Jordan in a sense, like Republicans and Democrats buying shoes.
Right.
So like Future could do that. Jordan, I'm not comparing Future to Jordan at all,
Please
but those are two like very rare personalities that are able to do so.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I see what you're saying, but you just gave an example of Future. Look at other artists like Cordae. Like sometimes I prefer people not to say anything because they're not informed.
What do you mean? Look at Cordae.
Well,
Cardi's
she
talking,
made that
though.
comment.
She made the comment about the wall. She made the comment about the kids.
My point is that we don't need it from we don't need it from hip hop artists. We like I think you have certain artists and that's their lane. Right. I don't want to hear Game say, "Oh, 40 acres in the Lambo." Like no, like just say you don't know.
Don't need it though. I would argue to say
he doesn't need it in his career.
I would argue to say that someone like Bun B being put on a platform, he's an artist.
No, but it's a big difference between Bun B, who's a professor, as opposed to Game, who was talking about 40 acres.
And that was my point. Bun B being on those platforms, answering articulately and being able to express himself, that's the way that he got his tenureship to be a professor, not because of him going to school and graduating and being in education. Someone noticed him from speaking about the issues that he was abreast to, came to him and asked him, would you like to do this? Same thing with most.
But that's not the question here, though.
And to my point and to the point of the question here, doing those things opens you up and makes people that usually wouldn't even talk to you to say, hey, Bun B, how would you like to teach this class at Rice? How would you like to come do the Gumball 300 with me? Those things come from being on CNN talking about things that are more so than rap.
And it extends your shelf life.
Are you reaching with the gumball? They didn't have.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
I threw that in there because I knew he did that.
Yeah,
You're right.
What I'm saying is,
think you'll catch it.
You said that they needed to sell music, but I don't think that was a question. I don't.
That's fair.
To sell music, no, but
I don't think
to broaden their appeal and sell more music,
maybe. But I think just as many as people will buy Cardi's music if they didn't hear her talk about it. One, Cardi can barely speak English, so I don't want to hear her talk about it.
Man, don't you do it like that. The Nicki fandom comes out.
Jesus.
She can what? What's
the accent?
She can barely speak English?
The accent is heavy.
The accent is thick.
Get out of here. Yeah. Barely speak English?
Yeah, he reaching right
I mean, sometimes I'll be like, huh? You just have to give it a second take. My point is that she doesn't have to do this for her to sell records. But I understand some of the point. But I feel like with the audience we have now and the attention span we have now, I don't think people need to speak about politics and sell records at all.
Do you think they target who they ask about these type of questions?
Yeah, in hopes of clickbaits.
Yeah, they knew Game one.
Yeah, in hope of clickbait.
They wanted this quote right here.
Yeah.
They're not going to ask Bun B about this. He's going to give an actual legitimate.
They're not going to ask Talib Kweli about this. Yeah,
They're not going to ask Killer Mike, Tip, none of those people.
They want clickbait.
Yeah.
Real quick, though, what is 40 acres in the mule in 2019?
A lot of money.
You think so?
Yeah.
Just a bag?
It has to be.
Yeah.
That's it? Y'all just going bags, that's it?
Man, it's land.
You saying what is reparations?
Yeah,
okay,
that's what
I got you. Oh, program set up. I feel like education.
We should already have
education, money, and land, but it has to be allocated to the affected, not generally, like not just urban areas. It has to be to people specifically, as opposed to a broad brush.
Which is where it gets tricky because I don't see it happening at
all.
all.
I say no income tax.
You don't think that the hearings, anything, or nothing will happen from them?
No, I don't think so either. No. Not this.
It's not the first time this is brought up.
No.
Yeah. Maybe in our lifetime, but not this.
Yeah, but it goes back to your point. Mm-hmm. Who would they trickle? Like they would have to pinpoint exact individuals and who.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say tax
but it's been done, to be fair. It's been done. They did it with the people who...
in 1990.
Well, World War II descendants, Jewish people that were descendants of that were affected by the war, and Japanese people.
I say no income tax for 10 years. Something like that. It would. I don't think it would be a flat stimulus bag. I don't see that happening, but I see some type of tax cut of some sort. I don't know. I think it'd be no income tax. That's what I think.
It should be a business tax.
But everybody ain't got business though.
A relief on. Well, true.
That's the thing. I need student loan relief. Wipe
Right.
out my student
Shout out to
loans.
Bernie Sanders. That's what he introducing.
That's my guy.
Student
That's
loan
y'all,
relief.
that's y'all candidate?
Yeah, because
No,
he
it's
just,
not.
he's just telling me that. That's my whoever
You
the
scared to
fuck
commit?
is.
You ain't committing yet?
No, I'm
Get
not
rid of
committing.
that.
No. But I mean, I like the idea.
Absolutely. All right, man. We moving on. Keep it Atlanta. Young Jeezy. He's currently working on his final album, TM 104. But just because his music career may be coming to an end doesn't mean the hustle will stop. He is currently working with Figures Wireless to launch his own smartphone and earbuds. Do you predict a big post-rap career for the Snowman?
I hope so. And the only reason that I say I don't hope so, I don't take anything away from Jeezy as a hustler. I love what he did with his career and even the progression and the growth that he's made from 101 to this point from what we've seen. But as we've seen with the artists that he's aligned himself with, we don't know that he always makes the best decisions. I like the cell phone move. The Figures Wireless is what is it, similar to, it's not Sprint, it's not, what's the one below? What's the stuff that Metro, PCS,
Gotcha.
Metro,
Yeah,
it's
for
something
sure.
like that on a smaller level. So it's not completely foreign for Jeezy to be aligned with this. I think that he could be very successful moving forward if he ties in with more stuff that makes sense for Jeezy. Like, don't go chasing I seen Nas do the tech deal, so I'm going to do the tech deal, or just because other rappers are successful with it. Jeezy is one of those personalities that if he hit or strike with something, it's going to go a long way. And I feel like if he sits back and waits on that thing, then it'll go a long way. But if he dibble in this and dabble in that, then dibble over
Jump
here,
in and out.
it's going to be, I don't think that Jeezy he can't stretch himself that thin, in my opinion, because he's too authentic. It's going to be one thing that he can tie himself to other than this phone thing and go a long way with. So if that's the way that he takes it, I think yes.
Yeah, first of all, I love this idea personally. This is the same company that Killer Mike had on his show on Netflix,
Yep.
the black-owned wireless company. And tech is the way to go. Now, here's the thing, though, and this is why I like this move for Jeezy. If you look at his past ventures, he's done the prototypical hip-hop
Alcohol
starter kit
stuff,
for
yeah.
owning your own
Clothes,
business.
yeah.
Clothes, alcohol, water, a restaurant, you know what I'm saying? Okay, that's cool. Everybody ain't got their own cell phone. Like that, that is thinking big, in my opinion.
It is.
So I'm happy for him in doing that. Do I think that he will have a big career post-rap? If he gets around the right people. I saw him on his interview with Gary Vee, and they were chopping it up. Gary Vee was putting him on a lot of game.
I like Gary.
And he actually suggested that he buy a brand that used to be cool, that is no longer cool anymore, and then you reinvent it under your quote-unquote coolness.
Brand, yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Because history repeats itself. Champion is now cool. Feli is now cool to a certain extent. Some of these old brands, it happens all the time. So I suggest Jeezy do something like that. Nigga, what if nigga bought Wheaties or something? Like, you look at a struggling brand that was once cool 20 years ago and know that that's about to turn back full circle. Do something like that. But I do like, this is thinking outside of the box, teaming up with a black-owned business, a black-owned wireless company here in Atlanta. It's a very smart play. Shout out to Jeezy. I'm not giving up my iPhone, but shout out to Jeezy, though.
Yeah. Gary Vee has done that. He's with K-Swiss.
Exactly.
He got that from Dame.
He sells
Well, I ain't going to say he got it from Dame, but Dame tried it too with Pro Kids and all that.
True.
Yeah. So I guess he sells enough to recoup. I don't know anybody wearing K-Swiss.
Me neither.
But I understand the brand behind it. I mean, I like the moves. I like the intention by Jeezy.
Absolutely.
We'll see what comes to fruition. Like you said, Fila, Champion, and things of that nature are back popping. So we'll see what ammunition this can gain for Jeezy.
It's a smart play for him, though, man. I like this. Like, real talk. And Jeezy seems to be making conscious efforts to expand his portfolio. And I watched his episode of Side Hustles on Tidal, which is actually a pretty good show if y'all haven't checked that out. And he talked about being in rooms with certain people and that affording him the leverage to know what's coming before, in terms of real estate and things of that nature. He knew what was coming right there by Phipps. They finna build like a Nobu and that whole, like a W or something right there.
Yeah.
Like, he was talking about that months before it happened. He was like, I was in the room when they was talking about that. So he's able to make investments and things like that. That's the smart play. I don't think Snowman, you know what I'm saying, from 06 would have thought to do that or would have been able to maneuver through those rooms as well as he can now. So I got to give him props that he is thinking the right way. You could that probably comes
The
from probably
edge
Jay.
is coming off some, you know, like the
that's
06
fine.
Snowman, the same edge ain't there. Same thing with T.I. and
It's
Ivory.
refined.
Yeah,
Or it's a different type of
refined,
edge.
so-
Right, exactly. It's refined. You know what I'm saying? He can get what he wants. You know what I'm saying on the business tip because you need that edge in business. Period.
That is a fact.
But it's not like a scary edge. Like I'm afraid of this person to do business with them.
Right.
So shout out to Jeezy, man. Are y'all checking for that 104? You are. I know you are. You're a huge. Well, both of y'all are. You're a homer, and he's
I am
a
a huge
Jeezy fan.
Jeezy fan, but I don't need 104, and I just feel like I don't know. I don't need that 104 to be honest. But I said the same thing about his last album.
You said the same thing about 444 too.
Right. Yeah. I don't
Definitely
get.
not going to be 444.
Yeah, I don't get why people say I don't need. If it's good, it's good.
If it's good,
So if it's good, I want to hear it.
I hope it's
If it's
good.
not, I don't want to hear it.
What have you felt
Based-
about his last couple?
I was
though?
gonna say based off what he's given us, I don't think it would be good though. That's my thing.
No, I mean, it depends on which one you're talking about.
Church in the
Last
Streets.
Church in the Streets, I liked.
That ain't nothing.
That's rough, right?
I liked it.
Yeah, that ain't, you on some
That's
homer
true
shit? man.
amount of bias. Right?
No, I mean the one after that. What's the one after that?
The one with the single with Bankroll.
Yeah, that one I didn't really like.
Oh yeah, see that's what I'm saying.
Was that Trapodot? But no, it wasn't Trapodot.
Yeah, nah. I can't remember the name of it, but that tells you.
But
how
Church in the
forgettable-
Streets had some gems on there. Y'all was sleeping.
I just didn't like that Snowman.
Yeah, because y'all wanted 38 in the waist snowman.
Well, no, I just wanted.
See, that's the thing.
See, okay, see,
You don't want y'all don't want artists to grow up.
No, absolutely not. There's an approach that you can take to growing up when you're Jeezy in your lane of rap, and he did a great job of it on Khaled's album. Perfect verse for Jeezy. I feel like the other stuff was going a little too. He was reaching too far with the
Church in the
Church
Streets.
in the Streets. Yeah, like
I
the
don't know, he
preacher
had
shit.
one record that was so real.
You might have had one on there. You're right. Jeezy always give you one. I give you that.
Let's take it to Baton Rouge before we hit this music break. NBA YoungBoy, who's been in jail since May, will serve another 2 months before being placed on house arrest for 14 months. Now, of course, if you're at the crib, that means you can't be on stage. So no performances or shows for him in the foreseeable future. Was that fair or foul for the judge to do him like that,
that the
in
question?
that manner?
Foul. Absolutely.
What?
Flagrant.
Oh my
Flagrant.
God, man.
Meek Mill was talking about this exact same thing when he was going through his problems. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the nuisance that NBA YoungBoy is.
Exactly.
I understand. I understand what happened. I understand the shootout. I understand he probably has no regret.
Right.
True. Okay, but the profession that he's chosen and how he's chosen to make his money, I don't think it should be taken away from him just because he's gotten in a little trouble and he's a kid. Now, if we're going to put him under supervision, then put him under supervision on the road as well. Make him pay for it. And if he wants to be able to get money while he's going through this process, because he's going to need it to fight these cases, I don't think that he should be robbed of the opportunity to make a living. This doesn't happen anywhere else. Probably other than Major League Sports. If he was going through something like this, if your company, you making enough money per se, you should be able to go out, make a living, and put that towards your defense. They're robbing him of being able to do so. Like, you can't tell it. Well, you shouldn't be able to tell a man you can't do this or do that. He should have a legal team that is able to give options to the judge as to where he can go out and perform. Because I don't think it's right for the 14 months for him to have to sit down.
So
and it's a bigger thing there for parole and probation that I'm against.
You want to know what the other option is
Yes.
instead of house arrest?
What's that?
It's being locked up, dude. Those are your two options that you have right now due to the circumstances that you have put yourself in.
All right.
Now, listen, we have heard NBA YoungBoy stories that are out of this world. I have personally heard from personal accounts of people that have dealt with him that are unbelievable. So this might be the best thing to happen to him in his space right now. He got to sit down somewhere. And he's immensely popular with the young kids. Like, dude is popular
He's
as fuck.
number one artist search on YouTube as of today.
See?
For the last month.
That's crazy because I can't tell you the last project I listened to of his. But with that being said, this is good. He got to sit the fuck down. Now, maybe it's a situation where if he's on his best behavior, blah, 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 maybe 6 months they'll take the monitor off his damn ankle and then he can get back to work. But he has to prove that he can sit down and chill the fuck out and stay out of trouble because every time he comes outside the house, it seems as if he runs into trouble. He had the shootout situation in Miami at Rolling Loud. He's had countless run-ins with his girl, fiance, whatever she is. Like, bro, cases on cases. I want to see him win. I want to see him get more bread. I want to see him turn into Jeezy buying cell phone companies and shit one day. But you're not going to get that way on the path that he's on. So maybe this sit down right here is good, and I'd rather be at the crib than in the Bing.
Right.
Like I say, I'm not arguing the fact that you guys that he is a nuisance and a menace. I just don't like the overall politics of it. That's why I
A
stand.
nuisance and a menace.
He is a nuisance and he's a menace.
Dennis the Menace. All right, man. We got a music
Yes.
break. Tell me you got something hidden for us, man. What you got?
Yes, sir. Our first break is one of our.
Not Wale.
I'm sorry.
Please, God, not Wale. Not more Wale, please.
No, Forlorn has some more heat coming, but it's not for Lauren. This is one of the freshmen off the cover that we're going to discuss in a few. This is YBN Cordae featuring Chance the Rapper called Bad Idea.
Let's see it. We are back. How'd you feel about YBN Cordae and Chance the Rapper?
I'm a YBN Cordae fan. I like that. I'm a Chance fan. This is remind me some early Kanye-ish type stuff
Yeah,
with the mood
yeah,
and
the
the
sample.
vibe. Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it. I'm not mad at that. I like YBN.
Yeah, I'm here for
Cordae.
Cordae too, man. I rock with him heavy. Chance verse was cool, and I'm not a fan.
Chance ripped it.
But no, when he raps in this voice and this tone right here, I can do that. When he
Went
gets
around
into that
the
other
world 3 times
bullshit,
Still looking for parking.
yeah, when he do that Doritos commercial shit or whatever commercial, that when he sound like that, I'm out of there. That shit garbage.
Doritos commercial.
You tripping on Chance?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I like this record a lot. It's good. I like YBN Cordae. He's easily the most talented out of his little clique.
Yeah, he got the best balls.
Yeah, he has the best bars.
Easy.
Yeah.
All right, man. Speaking of talent and clicks and shit, we're gonna make sure that XXL got their freshman cover class right. 2019. Now, last week we actually revisited 2014, so make sure y'all go check that out. This week we've got a new class. Let's first name off who the hell they are, and then we're gonna break down who did they forget, who they get right, who do we see being the biggest star, all that good shit. I'm gonna kick it off with a couple of these. Megan Thee Stallion made it. YBN Cordae, Comethazine, Lil Mosey, YK Osiris.
Rico Nasty, Tierra Whack, Blueface, Gunna, Da Baby, and Roddy Ricch.
All right, so that's a nice. We did a prediction episode earlier in the year. We shooting about 70% low key,
fact.
like
Yeah.
real low key. What on here did anything surprise you when you first looked at this list? Like who is that? Or okay, yeah, they nailed that pick. Which one?
I think, like you said, it was pretty much straightforward. I think that this was one of the easier years in the last couple of years as far as them to get it right. There are obviously people that were left off that could have been on here that we'll talk about it later.
For sure.
But just looking at the list and seeing it rolled out, I feel like they hit the nail on the head as closely as you could in today's climate.
Megan's a lock. We knew that.
Facts.
The Baby's a lock.
Facts.
Gunna was a lock.
Blueface was a lock. Yes.
I feel like he's.
Get out.
Wait, hold on.
The groans in the room.
His buzz has tailed off though.
That's a fact because he.
Because he's been trying to rap on other people's shit.
He suffers from that. What I talked about, with they don't care about their bars and it's all about the bag. But 100% he has tailed off. But he was a lock to be on here.
That's fair.
Bust down Tatiana got him on here.
Tierra Whack, in my opinion, I thought was for sure gonna be on here.
Yes, indeed.
I thought because she's making enough noise, and I actually said that this was going to be the year when they had more than one female.
Yeah, you did.
And so they have 3. I honestly thought they could have went 4 or 5.
Yep.
But who do you think?
City Girls.
City Girls possibly could have made it. I thought Light Skin Keisha could have made it. I thought Doja Cat maybe could have made it. I thought Cash Doll could have made it. So
Cash Doll for sure.
Yeah, so they could have had 5
Rhapsody's
on
never
here.
made one.
Well, she not no freshman no
Well,
more.
I know, but she never made one.
I can't
point
remember.
that out.
I'm gonna
She
be
did.
honest.
That's an injustice.
Facts.
But again, I thought they were pretty spot on though. A couple of fun facts: the youngest person in the group is Lil Mosey. He's 17. He's coming out of Seattle,
Yeah,
Washington.
definitely could have left him off.
He's got a hit. You know what? He's got a song out called "Notice" that's all over satellite radio. It gets played.
Yeah, people like
all
the song,
time.
but I mean, when I think about young artists, I'd rather pick that one guy that I've highlighted earlier this year, Aaron May, over somebody like him. He's 19. He has bars. He can really rap.
The song,
Yeah, but he doesn't have a song that's gonna get him
the
looks
song
though.
Noticed,
Not yet.
You noticed?
Noticed. Yeah.
118 million.
Yeah, people love it.
It's noticed.
It sounds just like everything else, though. Like,
That's
Oh,
what
it's
I'm
not-
saying.
It's not original.
There's
Yeah.
nothing that's separated. When I heard that
He's
Aaron May
from-
record, I was like, okay, this guy's different.
He's from Seattle.
Yeah, and his middle name is Moses. That's where he got his rap name from.
Very creative.
I ain't riding. I ain't gonna lie. I
Little
looked
Mosey.
Comethazine.
Oh my, he's the most trash nigga on the list.
He from East St. Louis. When I say East St. Louis, you don't think Jaden Smith, but this is exact. He looked like Jaden Smith. You know what I'm saying? He look like
I
a
definitely
Jaden
don't put
Smith.
East St. Louis and Jaden Smith in
You
the
don't
same
put those
sentence.
two together.
Hell no.
But I did look at the video, Walk.
That's his biggest record.
It was kind of cool.
like a
though.
minute long.
Like I got the whole he was playing off the if you listen to the lyrics and look at the video, they don't go together.
Okay, I was about to say.
Like it's
'cause
in the
he not
suburbs. He with the white families and he doing all this, but he talking like straight gangster
Gangsta
East
shit.
St. Louis shit.
Right.
So I mean, I kind of get how it got that many views, but man, like none of these people. Well, with the exception of the top 3, like it's top heavy. This list is top heavy in my opinion.
And real quick about the Comethazine dude who
Mm-hmm.
was 20 years old, like you said, from St. Louis. Oh, excuse me, East St. Louis.
East St. Louis, get it right.
My bad.
They will
There's
shoot
a
you about
difference.
that, boss.
I heard. He got on a very interesting way. He's straight from SoundCloud. He actually put his record under YBN Neymar's Bounce Out with that. And it got stupid clicks.
He did the Soulja Boy.
Yeah, he did the Soulja Boy. He pulled a Soulja Boy, what Soulja Boy did on YouTube. This dude right here did on SoundCloud. And it got him looks. And now he's on the cover of the XXL Freshman Class. So.
Yeah, I think has to be Hispanic or something. His last name is Vasquez or Velasquez.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But and if you look, who's the oldest person on here? The baby?
Yeah, the baby's 27.
27. He's the oldest. Gunner's 26. Are we surprised Lil Baby didn't make it? Or is it too late for him?
I think he turned it down. Like,
Nah,
there's
first-
no
first
way.
of all,
Oh, no, you said that at the
First
beginning
of all,
of the
he did
year.
not
Yeah,
turn
there's
it
no.
down.
I told y'all he wasn't gonna be on here. His brand is bigger than Double XL.
But Gunner's not?
Bro, Gunna,
No.
Baby is not bigger than Gunna, though.
Yes, he is.
Well, hold on, yeah,
he's
yeah.
absolutely bigger than Gunna. He's not even.
He
on
got solo
QC.
records that go.
First of, he's not even backed by QC. QC is a bigger entity than whoever's
300
signed with.
ENT.
I'm not knocking 300,
Right.
but QC is a bigger entity, and even if they were equal, QC would push Lil Baby, in my opinion, over Gunna. Just
Well,
from what he's backing.
I don't think.
Gunner's biggest song is featuring Lil Baby. Drip Too Hard is his biggest record.
No.
Lil Baby
And you're-
is the biggest. Like, didn't he win the BET, the new
Yeah, he
artist?
won.
of the
Yeah, new
year?
artist.
Yeah.
That's why he should be on this. That's why he should be on this cover.
That's fair.
I feel like that's why
I
he
don't
could
think
turn-
nobody
I feel like
turned it
that's why he
down,
could
though.
turn it down. I 1,000,000% think niggas turned this down.
We'll learn because typically Vanessa does her Breakfast Club visit.
Yeah, so
and
we'll
she,
see.
She tells what goes on kind of behind the scenes.
If I had to guess, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Who you
I was
think?
gonna say if I had to guess, it would be Lil Baby, and it would be who we mentioned before with Benny or any
Benny
nigga,
probably
any
did.
nigga in Griselda probably turned.
But
this
all
down.
of them niggas older though.
They are old.
They're
They
older,
at least
but
30. One of them Lil Baby. Some of them in the Lil Baby range, like 27, 28, 29.
But
I feel like if anybody turned it down, it's somebody out of that group.
now that makes sense. Who on here, when you look at this list, I was talking to my homie J Ho, and he said there's always one or two people who clearly bought their way on this list. Like the record label clearly cut the check and got them on this list. If you had to look and see, who would your guess be?
Well,
Blueface.
get out.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
First of all,
That makes sense, though.
that does not make sense.
He has
at
no
all.
longevity.
Well,
they can't believe that he has lasting
Stop,
power.
guys.
Bro.
Blueface and YK Osiris.
That makes sense because he signed to Def Jam, and Def Jam is gonna cut a check to try to pump their artists. Baby not dropping no money for Blueface. Whack 100 not dropping no money
he's
for
dropping
Blueface.
Blueface's money
if
on
anything,
Blueface.
Blueface paid them to be like, hey, I should be on this cover. And they're like, man, it's gonna be like 50 racks. And he probably came out of his pocket and gave that straight to Whack, and half of it went to Baby. But they ain't paid nobody shit. They ain't paid
They
him
too
yet.
cheap.
Man, hell no, they ain't paying. The first place I looked when y'all said that was who they was signed to. I know not to knock your opinion, Mxtra, but I don't think them niggas paying
I
nothing.
like YK Osiris though. He got a unique sound. He sound like
But-
Michael Jackson.
Don't say that.
No,
oh my
bro.
God!
You
Please
don't
don't,
sound like
ever
Mike?
don't ever say that
Relax.
again.
Rest in
Relax.
peace, Mike. It's been 10 years.
Why would you say?
Rico Nasty, I feel like might have had a little push to get on here.
I mean, a lot of people like Rico Nasty.
A lot of
women,
people do,
yeah.
but that's a real unique sound. And,
It is.
and Atlantic is very famous for
Yeah.
Cutting
pumping
check.
their artists that way. So
This
if I
is
had to
true.
go with anybody, I would go Rico Nasty because I was listening
Damn.
to it and I get it. Like it's but it ain't just like City Girls is high quality of that type of music.
Whoa! They make two different kind of music.
I feel like this is the lower end of City Girl music. Like this is
What?
This is like
you
City
think shit
Girls
is
are like
ratchet? Because City Girls
nah,
is
they,
ratchet.
they below ratchet though. They like they the ones like
Who's below Ratchet?
this chick. She
Rico
she's
Nasty.
not, but the music that she makes is for like
I don't. They don't have the same audience at all.
She gives me
that's what I'm saying.
her most notable
City Girls
song.
audience is here. Hers is probably like right here.
Her
Like the
most
difference between Section 8 and public housing, probably.
but
like the projects
I don't
and Section
think,
8.
like-
that's what you talking about.
I don't think Rico Nasty raps for real, but she just does it in a different kind of. She's like a
look
female
more gutted than
DMX.
them. She from the DMV area too,
Yeah.
so she's like she more gutted than them naturally in my opinion.
Her
like
biggest song
gangster.
is "Smack a Bitch."
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
so
Smack
like
a bitch.
like she remind me of some Chicago, Baltimore
Yeah, I like
type
it.
shit.
Yeah. That's why I said it's a
She
little
will whoop
different than
your
City
ass.
Girls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't got
But the
these-
city girls will talk like they'll whoop your ass. Is my like.
Yeah, but
they'll
we don't
talk-
believe it.
True.
Yeah.
Tierra Whack will come through and like
Well, Tierra, I think is the most talented female on the list.
That's what's gonna be my next question.
better
So-
than Meg. Nah.
More talented. She is more talented to me.
Tiara is,
she can
is
sing.
unique and she can do more.
And she can
Wow.
rap. Yeah.
And the fact that her real name is Tierra Whack is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
I just knew that was a stage name.
Her
Killed
mom
me.
probably like 35. I promise. Her mom probably
Can't help her last name.
True.
Tierra's a common name.
WHACK?
She can't help that.
That's true.
Somebody could have at one point in time, and they should have. Like, I ain't,
Who's the if I froze you right now and thawed you out in 10 years and said somebody from this list is the biggest name in the game right now, maybe not even 10, we'll say like 7.
Yeah.
Who would you believe was the biggest, who had the best longevity out of all of these people?
All
and I
right.
just seen Gunner real name, which is hilarious.
That's funny. Sergio, that's hilarious.
Gunner or Roddy Rich, either one of those two.
I don't think Roddy Rich got the personality though.
His
I ain't never
music, I
seen-
love it.
Yeah,
His
I like
music
the music.
is-
I ain't never
is
seen an
dope.
interview or anything like that.
It's cool.
But growing 10 years from now, I could see him growing into it, especially the area that he's from. Like you see people develop into.
Bompton.
Yeah, like you see people developed into like talking and being able to carry themselves. I would say Game, for instance.
Right.
How he started and where he is now is two totally different things. So I feel like that he can catch a vibe. Him and Gunner. Gunner's music probably will last the longest. It's gonna be around for a long.
He's got to reinvent
ass
himself
time.
though at some point.
Yeah,
in
he
time.
can, and he can. I feel like to be honest, I give him extra hard time, but Gunner really just tapping the surface of what he could do. I feel like he's doing what everybody else is doing, and he's extremely good at it. But I feel like he can do a lot more.
I think lyrics get you far, so I got to go Cordae. I think they get you far. I think he's a talented dude. He just got on. He's on Her's new single.
That goes to a point that I have. But go ahead.
And so I think he's going to be like your favorite rapper type dude. And I can see that for a younger generation. He's 21. Yeah. So he's stupid young. And 21-year-olds aren't coming with bars like that. They're not interested in that from what I'm gathering.
The last generation of bars, the last class of bar you down niggas was Kendrick, Crit, Cole,
there's a different kind of bars though.
Sean, and Wale. Those were the last like 5 like true like we gonna bar you down and we care about where we rank in this game. I don't think that it's ever gonna be like that again. That's why I don't think that YBN gonna be around long. He gonna be like a.
Oh, I disagree with that.
Well, I mean, he will be around long rapping because people love rapping. So I would simulate him to someone that has a small fan base, Killer Mike, Talib Kweli, something of that nature. But I just think that the era of the MC is completely dead.
But that's a successful career though.
What's that? Oh yeah, I ain't knocking that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, I just feel like that the era of what he is dead.
How is
Like,
it dead when
died.
the top 3 MCs are MCs?
They've been that way for the last 12 years though.
But
like I'm talking about
12?
the next generation. Yeah, Kendrick, Cole, Crit.
They have not 12 years.
Drake.
They haven't been in the top 3 for 12
Drake,
years.
Kendrick, Cole, Crit. Well, I'm being facetious with 12, but for the last 10 years, y'all say Drake was on top. That's the same class that Cole, Crit, Sean. I would consider all those guys in the same class
Because they have a balance.
So,
they have a balance of lyrics and single making material.
So for the
Right.
last 10 years, those guys were on top. The next 10 years, that style of rapper, I don't see anywhere near the top.
I think rap is just like the economy. It's just going to go in a circle. It's just going to come right back around to those type of rap. Like right now, it's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You have people quick bop melody,
Yeah.
and it's going to come back around. So I don't think it's dead at all. I mean,
I think it is.
I'm calling it now. My boy out of this group, of course, is the baby. Calling it now, and I like
He
Cordae.
dying down too. You want to talk about somebody
dying
dying?
down.
Stop.
The baby's on fire.
Stop.
Is he?
Put some respect
He's on
his
fire.
name.
Are you serious right now?
The artist formerly known as Baby Jesus.
Are you serious right now?
I am.
Baby's on fire,
I
dog.
thought he was dying down. I ain't
Nah,
seen
don't
it.
do that.
What?
Don't
Then
do
he had
that.
a muscle shirt on.
Nah,
What did
man.
he have on last night? If people were making
But now
fun of
he
him for?
redid the Source Awards skit.
Yeah.
That was hard, and he had his homeboy play Snoop,
Yeah.
and he was Suge. He's like, if you want all the dancing, and then he did the single Suge. That shit was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard.
He's a very entertaining guy. I will give you that.
He's scorching right
definitely
now.
entertaining.
Who did they miss on here? Who is missing? Who should have been on here?
Lil Baby. Like Lil Baby is the face of the new generation.
Yeah, they definitely miss Lil Baby.
He
for
should
sure.
be on here.
For sure.
At least one of the Griselda guys should be on here. Um,
I'm gonna tell you who they missed.
those are the ones that I have from them.
Juice WRLD should have been on here.
Juice WRLD should have been on here
Without
for sure.
question, he should have
That's
been
another
on
guy
here.
that I feel like probably turned it down.
Well, we're gonna. First of all, everybody in the world didn't turn it
Turn it
down.
down.
Only the
God
popular
damn,
people that
dude.
didn't need it.
The popular, but they have
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion and
She
Gunna.
needs
These
it
are some of the
still.
stop.
Meg's still in that little lane where she needs this look.
These
The
people are
that
very
I
popular.
named, only the people that I named could go without needing this. Griselda, we don't need this because we're typically underground, so it don't matter to us.
I was about to say
regardless.
nobody
That's
really
fair.
knows.
Lil Baby big enough to be like, I don't need this and I don't want to do it. And who did I just say?
My guy, Juice WRLD.
And Juice WRLD is Juice. This nigga sampled the fucking Sting. Like he had the biggest song out of anybody probably on his list. So he don't need it. Like these three, and I'm not just saying everybody has the ability to turn it down. I'm not
That
saying
sounds
that,
like
but
what that's what you're
the
saying.
That's
people
exactly
that
what
I've
you sound
named have very good reason to turn it down. Is what I am.
Let me tell you who else they missed that I think could have been added. I think St. John could have been added.
Oh yeah, St. John's a
That
good
would have
pick.
been a good pick. That would
Good
I would have
pick.
took him over Comethazine
For sure.
without question.
And YK Osiris.
If St. John
y'all
had
got him
made
fucked up.
it, if St. John had made it, I would. The first person that would have popped in my name is who got paid, who paid to get on here. It would have been him.
because that's your
he's
boy.
St. John is fire. Though.
Biggs, like he good, but it's just like a late.
And he
push.
got a nice record. Now the trap record,
Trap
been
record
bubbling
is
for the year. You
They
know
just
what I'm
shot the video here, so
saying? They
shot
also
the
missed.
video
You
here.
just had to throw that in
yeah.
there.
Facts.
I think Flip De Niro could have made it too. He had a huge
He
record.
old too, ain't he? I think he
don't think
older
so.
than the baby. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know, but I think he could have made it, and I'm surprised that Khaled Push didn't get him in here. And he has a unique style, unique voice. Like you look for characteristics that have people stand out from everyone else. Comethazine sounds like literally everybody that's rapping. Lil Mosey literally sounds like everybody that's out. So you want some people that be able to stand out by themselves.
Quando Rondo, I feel like he had an opportunity.
He ain't got no record though. He
got
ain't got a
one.
big enough record.
He got one big record, don't he?
One record.
Yeah.
What's somebody tell me the name of it, and then
Yeah, I don't know who the. I
confirm
don't
it.
even know who the hell that is.
You don't know who Quando Rondo is?
He from here, ain't he?
Yeah.
You're not from Atlanta, then, bro.
Yeah, because I don't know Quando
You ain't in the
Rondo.
trenches. You ain't in the trenches on the east side, on the east side, shout.
Yeah, I must not be.
And
Quando
Mxtra,
Rondo.
could you think of anyone that they left off, or we pretty much covered them?
I think you guys got everybody. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. Other
Doja
than-
Cat is dope, man.
He from
Doja
Savannah.
Cat is hard.
He from Savannah. He signed NBA YoungBoy
Oh, okay.
and Atlantic.
Yeah, the only other people I would name, it would be Atlanta, like Young Nudie, somebody like
That's
that.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, Lil Key.
What's my man from Memphis?
The one that did the dance.
Chopper? Yeah, NLE Chopper. He could.
Oh,
made it
NLE
too.
Chopper. Yeah.
That's
Chopper
one that could have
definitely
made it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He
What's
for the
your boy name that
youngsters.
had the song with Drake? Was he on that last year?
Who? JB, Black Boy JB.
Yeah,
he was
just-
on that
he
last
was
year.
Yeah, he's trash.
He's here and gone. Who on here
Lil
this
TJ.
time?
I like that guy, that little TJ kid.
That record is hard though.
And the Calico kid. What's his name?
Nah, you lost me with that though.
What's the kid? You just said he had a good EP. What's the kid's name? He got that song with Oh my God, it's gonna come to me.
What's the? I'm gonna tell you who
jacked it.
could have been on here. Saba.
He's
Saba
hard.
for sure.
Saba could have definitely been on here.
He's
I like what
hard.
he did. I like
Cowboy.
Oh, Cowboy. That's possible.
Yeah, Cowboy.
His push might have been a little bit late. What about Lil Nas X? That's too late.
No, he's straight.
It's too
He's
late.
straight.
too late.
He turning that down?
Yes.
Yes.
His
My
people
God.
ain't. Yeah, his people ain't like letting them.
Well, he's
his
not
peop-
even.
His people not even letting XXL get close to him.
Oh, you got double XL fucked up.
You got Lil Nas X
No,
fucked
I'm
up.
just saying you got everybody. Like they're gonna turn like the double XL is some trash ass
Nah,
publication or something.
I ain't trying to make them sound like that if that's how it's
That's
coming
exactly
off,
what
but
you sound
y'all
like.
got Lil Nas
You know they
X.
turned this shit down.
Y'all got Lil Nas X fucked
He
up.
went. You said, and I quote, they won't let the double XL people around Lil Nas X.
They not. One, because they don't know though. I'm saying the two.
Who doesn't know?
The people that probably represent him have. I feel like that he's on a big enough level now where people.
He has a song. First of all, was the song big when they shot this cover? Let's think about it.
Probably. They probably did this a month ago.
Song been big a long time.
I say a
11
month,
weeks.
give or take.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, his record is blowing everybody
one
out
song.
the water.
It's a big ass song.
Y'all let us know, man. Who did they leave off? Who will be the biggest star? And who this time next year will we have forgotten completely about? Hit us up in the Rap Chat on Facebook. Just search the group Rap Chat. Bam, there you go. Subscribe. We'll let you in. Also, hit us up on Twitter and Instagram at OndeckTV Podcast. We have another music break, sir.
Yes, we do. We have KC Veggies featuring my man Dom Kennedy. Stop playing.
Let's hear it.
West Coast.
We are back. That was Casey Veggies and the corpse of Don Kennedy.
The corpse.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got
How
Don
you feel
Kennedy
about that
fucked
song?
up. This shit hard.
I'm usually rocking with anything with Dom on there. I like Dom. I like this song, Casey Veggies. This is good. This is a good project. Dom ripped it, as Dom does.
Can ride to it. Nice
Yeah,
to
I like
ride
this.
to song.
This gets no play in the Jeep.
So you're a Dom Kennedy hater too?
The Dom Kennedy has fallen off years ago.
What?
Since Gold Alpinas. I ain't heard nothing from him
Bruh,
since then.
But I'm gonna make a list of the hate, the artists that Annabelle Brown hates on for about
Make
a year.
a list
in.
of the good Dom songs since
He was just on
Gold
a record
Alpinas.
with. He was just on the
Double
biggest
Up.
record last year.
He was
Double
on
up.
Double Up.
Shit's hard.
I
as
forgot
fuck.
he was on there.
Oh my god.
He was on. Are y'all sure?
Yes,
We're
he was on
positive.
Double Up, and he ripped
He
it.
killed it. And this song is fire.
Nah, I don't like that. What was that? Auto tune on Casey Veg shit. I wouldn't feel
That's
it.
your man.
I like Dom verse.
Nah, Casey Veg just look cool. I just
Bro,
know how
that's
to say his name.
Bro,
You
that's
just didn't know
your
how to
man.
say his
This-
name.
I said Casey Veggies.
Last week you were like Cassie.
Oh, okay. You want to do an outtake of how many words y'all mispronouncing this motherfucker? Because we can do that.
That nigga went
Your
deep.
reel gonna be much longer than mine. I guarantee you that.
King Kong don't got shit on me.
That's a fact.
All right, man. Before we get out of here, man, let's talk some Kodak Black.
Who?
Yes.
Question of the week, man. Now,
Oh my
Courtney-
God, this picture.
That's your man. That's a hilarious photo.
Oh, bro, you look like a
Y'all
homeless.
petty.
Let me not say.
Y'all
Let me
petty
be
for
quiet.
that picture.
According to DJ Scheme, Kodak Black
Who?
gifted XXX Tentacion's 5-month-old son $50,000 on the anniversary of X's passing. Question of the week, man. Does this help Kodak Black's image?
No.
Okay.
Because no one's gonna talk about it.
No.
Because
Except us.
It's not except us. It's not what people are used to seeing Kodak Black do. T.I. won't respond to this on Instagram. It
Nobody
won't
will.
get retweeted. People won't put this in their stories. But it's nice to know that he does do this and that Kodak Black isn't what they portray him as. He's still young. He's still growing, as I said many times before, and he just needed a little guidance in his life. And this looks like he's similarly getting that from somewhere.
I mean, is this going to help his image?
Seemingly get
No, it's not. He does stuff like this a lot, though. He does
not a bad
charitable events in Florida and all of that. But his bad acts like are way more egregious,
He's
though.
a
So
kid.
so when he does shit like talking
He's
about
a
Lauren London
kid.
a day after Nipsey gets killed, like, bro, that's going to stretch far and wide than this little news right here.
Because
though.
this is the outrage culture. People love to be outraged and want to be mad
That's
at people.
fair.
You just told me you went to HOA meeting and the lady was like, how can we shame this woman for
I
not
ain't-
paying her stuff? Like, people love to be mad in 2019.
Listen, y'all, I ain't never going to an HOA meeting in my community ever again. It gives me no faith in humanity the
All
way
of
people
that
act.
shit, man.
It's horse shit. All right, before we get out of here, we do have an On Deck of the Week.
Who you got?
I am in Facebook. Shout out to Quentin Counts. He commented, "We need the live podcast in NYC ASAP.
Oh, let's do it.
I'll do whatever I
Get
can to
together,
help. We
though.
need it for the culture."
Yeah, we're trying to stay at the Waldorf.
Shit. Get that GoFundMe up
Yeah,
now.
get that Go
Right.
fund me up
Have
now.
fun with that.
Um,
Shout out to Quentin Counts, though. We appreciate that.
Also, shout out to Raymar Ross Riley. He gave us a breakdown of the XXL class. He coined himself the official new school on Decker, so he gonna keep us abreast of everything.
What's his name again?
Raymar Ross Riley?
Oh, he sound like my attorney.
Maybe nah, he a young cat. He a young cat. He usually when we talking about the younger people and want something from the younger generation, he's usually there right at the front of the line. So we appreciate that, sir.
Absolutely, because if you didn't know, we're washed.
Speak for yourself. Y'all motherfuckers are washed. I'm
We
not
need-
at all.
We
I'm
need
not at all.
people closer to the young generation to tell us who these folks are.
Yeah,
What new
appreciate
music do we have? We had a lot of shit
Man, last week,
Man,
man.
it was an ATL overload last week. B.O.B.
You gonna let them get it?
Yeah, man.
Shit.
Shoot,
I know he was gonna lead these
Let
people.
me look in
out.
the camera. You want me to turn around to you?
Please. Let me.
Yeah, we had a lot of people drop last week.
ATL.
We had.
I just want you to represent for your people.
I don't need you to help me represent for my people.
I want to make sure you don't forget
my
your people.
my people
man.
know I'm representing for 'em.
Okay.
We had. I'm just gonna run down the list I have from last week, and then we'll talk about upcoming projects. Last week we had a lot of singles as well, but I started with the albums. G-Eazy put out an EP called B-Sides.
Skip.
That came out. Shout out to Young Gerald, the whole Bay Area. Yeah, area.
Super skip.
Your boy Lil Nas X with his 7 EP came out.
Not bad.
Gucci Man with Delusions of Grandeur came out. Shout out to
Skip.
Gucci, East Atlanta.
Skip.
We talk about Benny, the plugs I met.
flames.
Yes, that is super. I'm listening to that right now back. And Jadakiss killed his
That
verse.
shit is
Oh, my
fire.
God.
Yes. And Pusha T, oh my God.
Yeah.
Trina put out The One. I heard positive feedback for that one, so shout out to Trina, whole 305. Why if come on, we gotta stop.
Y'all didn't listen to
You
that?
gotta stop. Did you listen to the project?
I did not.
All right, well, you can't comment on something you didn't.
It's like a compilation. She had a feature on every song.
But did you listen?
I'm not interested in Trina. I wasn't interested in Trina in 03.
But I'm saying, but you can't give me a sound effects negatively if you didn't listen to the album.
I'll check it out one of these
That's
days.
like you me telling me this entree isn't good and you ain't taste shit.
This entree isn't good.
YFN Lucci put out a Gangsta Grills, which is surprisingly not bad at all.
Fire.
Yeah.
For the record, I called Gangsta Grills and making a comeback this year. Shout out to
with
me.
DJ Drama?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
I called that again.
Yeah, and shout out to the song with
What is
Jeezy
it,
and Tip.
650
That is a
Luke?
fire song.
Shout out to me for calling Gangsta Grills coming back this year.
Right. Anyway, moving right along, the producer Pierre Bourne put out The Life of Pierre 4.
Skip.
K Camp, Way
There we
Too
go.
Critical.
How is that way too critical?
B.O.B. Southmatic.
Southmatic. What is
Shout
that?
out to
Is that a
B.O.B.
play off Illmatic?
Yeah.
Let's stop right here on these Atlanta
No,
artists
let's
for
not.
a second.
We can't. B.O.B. This album cover is trash. Though, I'm gonna tell you. That was this Master P.
This shit garbage.
Don't
The
try to
album
put
cover
P
is
on
trash.
that. Nah.
No, it looks like it's some old
One
No
more
Limit.
Atlanta artist, McConan, came out with that M3.
Yeah, you're just gonna keep cutting in the line. You want?
I just want to get all the Atlanta
Yeah.
people. I just want this influx of Atlanta artists to be mentioned.
Right, because we're waiting on the Nashville influx.
Hey man, don't have them people at your head.
Oh
man.
yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
gonna be able
yeah.
to say
Hey
you.
man, hey, listen, man, I'm good. They can holler at me anytime. And that was that's pretty much it when it comes to the albums.
All right.
Can I ask you something?
What's coming out this week?
Wait, can
Man,
I ask him something?
Okay, go ahead.
Which one of these was your favorite Atlanta projects that came out?
YFN Lucci.
Excluding
Thank
YFN
you.
Lucci. Excluding Lucci.
Exclude it. How you gonna exclude it?
Which one did you like out of K Camp, B.O.B. and McConan? Nothing.
I'm not listening to either one. I listen to everything, and all three
Shout
of
out
them
to
get
K Camp
skipped.
and B.O.B. I have no interest in McConan at all.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's
but
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll stop right there with that one.
yeah, but yeah. So this week, I don't know. I don't have any on the radar for this week.
What?
That's listed other than Chris Brown coming out. I heard that.
There's some shit coming out this week, dude.
It's
Crit
not-
come out Tuesday. He coming
Crit
out
come
on the 4th.
out. Yeah, Crit doesn't come out this week though. He
Well,
comes
that's
out
the
next
4th,
week.
though.
It's not this week.
It's not next Friday.
It's not this week at all. So
It's
that's-
between this recording and
well,
the next
you can
recording.
mention Big Crit. I was gonna mention it next week when it comes out. But yeah, that's all I have off the dome at the
Nah,
moment.
something come out this week, dude.
Well, you tell us.
I just can't remember. You lucky.
You tell us.
You are very, very lucky that I.
But
don't
a lot of singles came out as well.
Like who?
Megatron dropped for Nicki Minaj. Rick Ross and Wale put out a pretty dope record.
Fire.
Hey, Ross hit on nothing.
The game
goddamn
put out. I like his new record, West Side. He's ripping it.
The hook is terrible though.
That's the hook, but he's barring you to fuck up. And Mustard got another hit. Hey, I'm gonna go on record as saying this: DJ Mustard's album will be better than DJ Khaled's album. Easy.
Yeah, I think it will too. He's on fire right now.
Yes. Mustard has another record with Ferg and ASAP Rocky and YG and Tiger that is dope.
I'm cool on that lineup though.
Lil Baby and Future Out the Mud came out with a project. Lupe Fiasco's back in the game with Run
All
Game.
right, we ran amok.
Yeah, love
Lupe
Lupe.
Fiasco's
Yeah.
coming out, folks.
Yeah, he will out rap all your favorite rappers
That ain't saying much.
by far.
There's a lot of music out
A lot
there.
of
The moral
music
of the
out.
story, and this Friday, the disrespect is ridiculous. Freddie Gibbs and Madlib
Oh,
Bandana
I can't believe
comes
I
out
forgot
Friday.
that. Yeah, it's not listed on. I don't know why they didn't have it
Well,
listed here.
the website you're looking at is trash.
No,
Freddie Gibbs and Madlib.
If y'all want
this
me to tell
Friday.
y'all why they don't have it listed there, I could 100%.
No, we don't
do
need
so.
that.
If y'all need me to
And
do
I have it in my notes. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
You want me to
project.
tell you why
Wait.
you skipped it?
No.
You want me to tell you why you had to look
No
it up?
need.
Because nobody's waiting on Freddie Gibbs.
Yes, they are.
Nobody.
Yeah. I'm definitely waiting on that Freddie Gibbs.
Look,
You're
Kim
not-
9
obviously
comes out,
not.
too.
You got a whole list right there in front of you.
That was
nigga.
from last. It was so much of
Yeah,
last week.
yeah,
I,
that's,
you
that's,
know,
and
it
that's
got
what
pushed to the
happens
bottom
when
of
we're
the page.
talking about Freddie Gibbs. Shout out to
Crazy.
Gibbs.
You got-
Lil Kim comes out
You got
too.
Gibbs fucked up.
Y'all got him fucked up.
And Chris Brown got
Y'all
like
got him
40
fucked
songs.
up.
Yeah,
coming
Chris
out,
Brown
too.
coming out for sure. That's a big one.
What you got on deck, man? Other than listening to Freddie Gibbs.
God, no. I'd rather. Never mind. I'm slow motion this weekend, man. I'm continuing to catch up on The Wire and Breaking Bad. I started both of them over.
Okay. The Breaking Bad is better.
The wash continues.
Spoiler alert.
Man, Breaking Bad. I forgot how good that shit was from
You said Breaking Bad was what?
minute
better.
one. I don't know
Oh
if
my
it's better.
God.
It's better than The Wire.
I don't
Man,
know
come
about
on, man.
Facts.
I'm not sure about
Please
that. I will
stop
have a determination soon, though.
Yeah, this ain't no fucking determination. It's not better than The Wire.
What do you guys have up
can't-
this weekend?
What am I doing? Am I
Going to the movies.
I don't think anything came out though.
Of course.
What is any good movies out? I seen them all.
So do you see these alone?
No.
Oh,
I be
take,
booed up for
take
the
wifey.
most part. Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh
She
yeah,
doesn't- she
no.
doesn't get tired of it?
He drags his wife to the movie.
She be like, another fucking movie, nigga.
Please don't get it twisted. She's not joining him willingly. I know his
yeah,
wife. She's like,
willingly.
"God damn,
Under duress.
another movie?
That movie yesterday, the Beatles joint, that comes out Friday. I'm fucking with it.
It looked like it would be good.
That's what I'm saying. That looked dope.
It does look like a Netflix night. That's what it looks like.
And I watched Beats too on Netflix last weekend. with
Anthony Anderson.
That's not bad.
It wasn't good either.
Give me not bad.
It's watchable.
Okay.
Like you're not gonna be like I just wasted my time. It's just it's not all that. The ending they didn't stick the landing. But it's cool seeing a come up story in music from a producer instead of somebody just trying to rap because that's been done.
Yes, that is true.
1,000 times.
That is true.
But it's cool seeing it from a producer. So that's
it's-
pretty dope.
That makes sense.
Check it out, man. It's
Yeah.
basically Hustling Flow Part
That's
2.
what I was trying to find.
Oh, that's why I didn't want it. Yeah.
Hustling
But
Flow
I'm
is the shit.
I love it. I love,
okay.
but some things should be left alone.
That's fair.
That's all I'm saying.
What you got on deck?
Slow motion. I really do not know. It's gonna be one of those up in the air weekends. Considering the 4th is upon us, the week after. But I'm sure I get it. What? I'm sorry.
Stranger Things comes back out on the 4th.
That is great to know.
And I'll be done with it by the 5th.
Straight to know.
Believe
Yeah,
that.
I don't. Good.
You don't watch it?
No, I don't.
You bullshitting with yourself.
I don't know if I want to watch little kids run around.
Stop.
Dealing
It's
with ghosts.
nostalgic. It'll remind you of your childhood.
Will it?
Yeah. Unless you had some weird fucked up childhood that no one else had.
Little kids running around with
Everyone
ghosts.
that I've talked to said it reminds them of their childhood. So yeah.
Really? I guess I got to check it out.
Yeah.
No, it's dope though.
Yeah, I'm just why I haven't been interested. But that Euphoria on HBO, fire.
Skip.
It is
Are
fire.
you out of there already?
I'm out of there.
Nah, I like it. Shout out to
Audi.
Zendaya.
Audi 5000.
What?
Nah, that shit was trash.
You watch Beats on Netflix and you saying this is trash? My God. The
On that
scale
note-
is different for everyone I see.
On that note, we are out of here. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson.
Yeah. R.I.P. to the greatest.
Absolutely. We'll see y'all next week, man.
Yep.
Holla.
We out.